What if one day the very phones we use right now were to end up overtaking and killing us one day? Seems a little far-fetched, don't it? Yeah, it really does. But a lot of people don't really take into effect how much time they really spend on their phone and social media each day. People even will change the way they act, the way they want to be, just to fit these norms on social media, which isn't right. Social media just lacks that personal connection that everybody needs in life to be able to prosper and live and just function. So me personally, I do have social media, but I don't try to use social media that much because I do notice it influenced me to do other stuff, to try to hop on trends and everything. But I just use it as least as possible as I can. So for further explanation onto my point of social media, I plan to show you the problems with social media, how to fix those problems, and how our nation will be better after we see after these problems. So my first point is the problems with social media. The main thing with social media is bullying and suicide. Those two things right there, they really do affect everybody. Because just what you say behind the computer affects so much more than what you really think. People just aren't taking into account of what they are actually doing. And it can lead up to suicide, which making fun of somebody online until they don't get the point anymore, and then they find everything useless in life. Another problem with social media that I found is just the lack of personal connection. Because without that connection with people, you're not going to have that ability to be able to talk and go out through the world and be successful, because you don't know how to talk to anybody. Because all you're used to is just sitting behind a computer screen all day, not talking to anybody face to face, so you just lack that personal connection. And finally, the third problem is that it can lead people to start addictions, and it can lead to more anxiety. Because over time, if you're getting made fun of and bullied on social media for being obese or you look different, you're going to change yourself and keep changing yourself and keep changing yourself. And that anxiety and stress is just all built up till at one point someone finally just breaks. Also found on lifewire.com that they did find in a study that actually people are different online than in person. And now for my second point, I plan to tell y'all how to change some of these things from happening. First thing is we can enforce not spending as much time on your phone, have more restrictions to being able to be on your phone. Also, another thing we can do is just be able to find more stuff to do outside. Just sit your phone down. Stay away from it. Don't come to it. Just go outside. Go have fun. Go hiking, fishing, anything outside, just to stay away from that technology. Thirdly, another thing that we can do is just make people more accountable for what they actually say. Because people just sit behind that computer screen all day long, say so much stuff about people, but they never personally have to say that to their face or around any other person. It gives them that sense of just being safe and not have to worry about being in danger or anything, so they can say whatever they want to, no matter the outcome of what they say. Another thing I found of rootsofaction.com is it showed a really great example of a girl who got apologized to offline, but she said during that experience, she just really didn't feel that actual apology, because it was just typed, "I'm sorry." That, there's nothing personal about that. It's just kind of benevolent. And finally, for my third thing, to be able to show y'all my final point, I'd like to show you what would happen if these rules were implemented. Number one, it can lead to a cleaner and greener earth. Because if we're not on our phones and sitting inside all day, it gives us more time to go outside and do stuff and be active. And in that new spare time, you can pick up trash, just be around, make sure everything's nice, keep everything clean, and it'd just be a better society for everybody. Secondly, another thing that it would do is just bring everybody's anxieties levels down as a whole. Because without that constant pressure of, oh, somebody's talking about me, somebody's doing this, oh, they posted this and they posted that. If you don't have that at all, it just creates a friendlier environment because nobody has those assumptions or thoughts. They're just all standard out. Third, our nation would be stronger because we would be with people, around people more, because we would know the people in our society. We'd be more around the people in our community, so we're going to know more of their strengths and weaknesses. We're not just going to know where they live, where they graduated high school, and where they're from, but actually know these people, because you're out there every day trying to know these people. And another thing I found online, on January 4th of 2018, BBC reported that people who use 7 or more social media, sites are 3 times as more likely to get anxiety. So finally, social media does have that power to take a life. So it just isn't something that we should just play around lightly. It is a real problem. So overall in the speech, I first started out with what are the problems with social media, how we can start to change these problems, and how our world will benefit from changing these problems and not reoccurring the same thing over and over. So, could phones ever have the possibility of killing somebody? Not directly, but indirectly. Thank you.